Mark Hogan agus point an Yasser fad shortisteach ag siúd chun an bharna íomh go gá faointe réist.
Sin anna faointe an sin ag Pádraig Maher tháinig sé sús na páirchan sin agus an pesisteach clist an sin go leir páirca rinne sin pointe an éasca.
Mr. Aidan Fogel tussen Páirce Rágan, Matthew Ruth take isteach. Tanis Sra Amana Allianza Tachan Triantach Killian Buckley a gáil isteach. Bhí sé gafa leistigh dus le cosantóirí an san agus níorm do lasach an áiríre ach chalú sé géile. Agus ní bhíh dó féin spéidir lecan á Hogan seo. Ceann san is rácach sé cúil Glan atara bouta bhainile. An bhógar fad, chuir sé sanna an bhairigh féin spéidir.
Sin an cúig go boxíir an sin atá scóirilte ag ón learcan séchín ar fad leis an box go cúig agus an nummarcha pocan is éire bog géilte an sin ag Tipperary.
Is tá College back to get Barry Kelly tá sé an leir Michael Fennelly an nuas ar sin. Agus carta buí eile ní flór á bhrunna an sathige.
Carta buí tuchan sin muna sé réitre grog an orna sé tagháil le clogad Brendan Maher an sin sé agus tuchad go Brendan Maher an sin agus an carta buí tilteige.
Is seoltaisteach an sa get Park. Hanna sé drasnán agus a réist. An bhain éta beganín beag eile chá féinte bouta bhainile idir na fórne.
Agus be cearcamach níos mó idir na fórne an sin a bhíon ag féchant ar an blufa san Umlán. Kilkenny beaganí níos áir aniu ach ní sé sin léirithe chláir na scór.
Se naíre défa tosa ón dá hefh ficamach nar bh mórán tunnachricha idir nimir 3 chéile. Mahar a feheh, Matthew Ruth má tádal isteach go láidir, Bergan a réiste déanamh go má. Norm McGrath teachtasteach a fachtaige learcan, Bert nó trús na sálar siúd agus McGrath a réist, a dtíanamh go neachta chusáide teachtamach an son. Anna chluithe Imrigan McGrath, is is teachtas bás John O'Brien a Ross. Jackie Turner teachtamach O'Brien agus an dúmh chun Gallagher leis tigtá takeíocht. Brian Hogan mátá techt trasna agus Turn Lachlanna. Nis Killian Buckley Fenstetter, McGrath mátá agus an lappa sínt an ordige. Frachtaige Brendan Maher, Sheeran Saw agus an Mihimach. Nis Colin Lyons ganna gén tún son le fógdí Náile Dempsey. Agus an ceartson agé gandát. Cúgneam at le dálan sa. Kilkenny dír agé seo bhuachtan den séú bouta díag. Tá 9 díag de rana búte agé Tipperdarn. Bhfuil éon chúl díanach an sa dus na Tipperdaig. Jackie Turner réist. Cinnátastí go díal ar fad agé learcan Fenstetter. Anna gháil go deoga Matthew Ruth an son. Agus ána chaisgur fad agé an a dí.
Anna gáháil san éir an sin líróid táhachtach an sin a bhríon agus seanteile go ón learcan an seo.
An féchar sin bhí ón learcan na tarach agus bhí duine dus an Tipperdaig an chomach chéanna. Bhí staimse go an learcan ceann ón unúdsá bheagnú bhór ní óhada hin. Nid ó le ceann curtha múige go daon féin tránhóna. Féchar sin, Schlitter de chud Owen Kelly. Chuir sé ceantar fórail siúráilta Glan. Agus héach go nín, deimnig an malacht. McGrath. Nis, John O'Brien mar spricar éistecha. Tommy Welch dír ga chordá bhaile Tommy Welch. Ceann ódach ar fad san air tóca ge. Níl an Glanam má róbha má táchtá Fennelly ann. Chun cabhrú san leha. Nis, fachtan sás, tucha hanús go hána ge Conor Mahoney. Ísio le ge siúd, díreach teachtan san ar Maharach Michael Rice ag garamach. de Kilkenny agus Karen Moore David Shortas Dachan son Anna Pointe Godot.
Leicester Ryan Arish and trio Pointe fight on Nimmert and Kate Khan and Dara Lehan Shin Ferret or Harave Green on Nimmert Ferret Gimmert Lord Parker Tetok She Immers Natasi.
Kamid couple of Molagalt with the high Madeleine Lech Nimmer and Satranona.
Stocher Heave Kilkenny, Jackie Turl, agus Lord Parker, Leicester Ryan, Michael Finlay, Therese Immert Gamags, Natasa, Killian Buckley, agus Michael Rice, agus Colin Finlay.
Kieran Bergen Chester Stachanson the good larger reached.
Agus Heave Tibrador and Stochi Snacola and Shin, Kieran Bergen, Therese Immert Gamagas, Michael Cahill, Lord Parker, Brendan Maher, Anna Clifford, Therese Immert agus Stocha and Tussie Awanata, Therese Shasavamach, Noel McGrath.
Is caught the wee brown there, Jackie Tyrlands on a stick.
Skalor Carthy Bui.
Nish Pabork. 3 Keen the Fainty Edirn na Forna. Short the Stachan son again, because Eshin Harris at Rasnon. Martin Shit Fos, Achina Gonium, because Begonian Hush, Agus Payam Coach of Gorta. Ledol.
Agus Lena Kerko Hort go Pabork ní sé ois get tapteach go dí clifa mar seo agus gá foxír mar tá tóki aige agus iad cortha go díirech ar testna.
Kind of sheer reach and deisiúnta go dtí Patrick Bonner Maher ar chúl sa chiad le. An taim deisiúnta bhí chuna riile ach tá deisiúnta ag Richie Hogan chnéic ríocht nó Sara ag Gleason agus Conor O'Brien and son chunin stetar a ghlana níis Ardú Manon Baden son de Heberdar nach tá Tommy Welch Christian go díir fad sa tarna leisio. Siagri Jackie Turlin is seo Leicester Ryan. Jackie Turlin gúmpó ríist go tarna láimh Clay. Páric Maher Fenstetter gafa go maith ag Maher son ferchúla saile amachchan sa Green Dive. John O'Dwyer a córach the Leicester Ryan ar hebh bháin níor óhada hin tá sé an Dive sa inis de Kilkenny glanta sus ben Bark gesúdach Darren Gleason chunin Stetter a ghlana Bouta Van Ille, Hogan agus Noel McGrath Fenstetter, Killian Buckley gáil an order, Liam Lágach sé Kieran Joyce, a Ryan an Brishe, Bwynta Chun Keen, Bergen a Gairi an order, Bachtige Hogan ach dynach Chalish ar Kieran Bergen, Camer Rá, ná fechan Chalish.
Michael Rice is dócha í an réitú ag ráir rin an Chalish sin san néir í nuair ó cínte faoi.
Nis tá neomat le dul. Ní hóldum gríirech cad é nám cútibh gortathe le tá fógarach tá sé seoltasteach i dzón chúige Darren Gleason agus fachta gasta Tipperary nó bhfuil níl Jackie Turner ríist le techt amach go láidir McGrath á bhlocáil go díal Hogan fé bhrúansa i go hénig seachas é ní eile glantamach Kieran Bergen bud leis an dubh líne rá féinte sin a bhfuil ann agus tá rá neomat am cútibh gortathe fógar hansa a bhfuil teanán go bhhartan fógartí agus a Michael Dempsey seo bhuachtan mar bhainisteoirí tránhóna. An seachtú bouta a gluthe ceaniste strathe le 9 líana a nuas Kilkenny. Anna Jaranson ag Maher ach ní léinge beáin ó Heberdán nach Paul Murphy na Gatlinson. Tuch an nuas go hála ag Matthew Root. Cúpla rud nó trí anna bha dianta go Root. Agus tá Lewison son ag ach Bergen a ríist ar ausar fad a thugáil Matthew Root chunastafuil Bergen tre seansagáilt sa tragadí seo sin ceist mar tá mianachán. Ceala techt amach níis tá siad rud ag na gaibbrú machchan sa ach Potón an son agus Michael Rice chamátas teach na Kilkenny chamátas teach chanas a drasnán agus fágan san go gaithig Tipperary an cúlagáilt.
Se fear Michael Rice atá Therese Immert go maith i mhuiile fada le gortú agus sin anna faointe ar fada stocha an faointe a cíntaigh an bua go Kilkenny.
Leicester Ryan in ausar fad an son a hénig agus Michael Finlay níis seo chuin O'Dwyer de Heberdán ach ní féile sin cumán a luas go Jackie Turl sna duineamtí nuas tá Turl Therese Immert in ausar fad Susan Sagarí Richie Hogan Richie atá Churachan Céanach tá Chalish dianta an son agus Cinan Illan ná haon taon Clas Kilkenny leis ach seo haon seansan is é seo a chafisteach a méal a bháide agus an gúbhdarag ar Michael Dempsey. Seoltasteach tuch an os go hála go Pabork Brendan Maher níos buaite go Maher Bhí sé ar thóir chúl ach ar fóríl mar bhar gachtanas.
Stocha bit sin an seantar nach a bheith ag Tipperary agus thug sé faoin chúl an sin agus ní áceart ar Brendan Maher fear tar éis sin anmhar fad.
Bhí Shefflin an sanastig lár an tlua agus an chumar scéal go bhfuil na cosa tu go leotha cílchan na cúil mar is gnách a bhuan na claí agus an dáchúlachas an cinúnach tu an ús go húntaach Gerrití Hogan seach an dlí molig a chur se mar haspántas an slua ceiliúra ach ní gab sí har sé dras ná. Agus cumanis tanadó Gerrit séte go Barry Kelly agus tá sa imána Alliance na bliana seo búirte ge cílchanne annach chluthir fadan á riad a beg Tipperary na réasúntas.
The Hurling agus Donald Ballard ceann Alliance.
Cógarda has mé albhí cléthe álinge agus gá cool go húnta.
All right, Cógardagus, congratulations, Michael. A terrific day's work and a fantastic win here for Kilkenny. Your reaction?
Yeah, super win. You know, playing in our own home ground here. The place full, like, you know, first time I've ever seen Nolan Park full, and playing our local rivals. You know, it had the makings of a great game anyway, and thankfully I'd say it was only 2 or 3 points in the end there, so the crowd got their money's worth anyway.
And what a fantastic start, your goal after, I don't think there was even 2 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, I don't get many now, to be honest, so I think he even dropped the ball and just left flying it, so a bit of luck in it, but it was a good start to get, like, you know, so that puts confidence in straight away.
2-3, Michael, though, it's no joke.
No, I've never scored that amount in a game with Kilkenny, so it's great to get it, like, you know, but I got a few lucky breaks as well, like, you know, the forwards are working fierce hard, like, you know, so we got the lucky breaks and thankfully they paid off.
It tees you up nicely for the championship now again.
Yeah, exactly, yeah, it's nice to have a good league campaign and to obviously win it, like, so, like, I think it's maybe four weeks now to championship, like, so it's around the corner, so a bit of work to do. I suppose fitness is not where it should be, but at least it's a bit of work to do anyway.
All right, Cógardagus agus the Grahar Colin gone out. Sinné mar sin atá fáil gradam leach na himmartha an seo tránóna Cógardagus le cailchuinnig curtha na stratha don séo úr déag.
It's been a great day, great crowd and great game, and Kilkenny are lucky enough to come on top, but we'll see for the rest of the year. It's only the start for us. It has been a great league. A lot of teams.
Martin were able to absorb on the sideline. This role of the two of you having to run the operation on the sideline today brought it to a whole new area, I presume.
Sure it did. I mean, sure, we'd like to say that we did it for Brian, you know, he wouldn't want to say that, but you know, sure, the man has done so much for the team and the players and hurling in general all over the years, so, you know, this one has to be for him. All the lads would be thinking that outside, so he's probably cringing at the television now at the moment, but you know, the other miracle was, I suppose, Mick O'Neill and Timmy Grogan, the groundsmen, how they got grass to grow here in the last few weeks is a miracle, because the weather we've had, and delighted for them that there was such a turnout today and that the game was very, very good game, great for the game of hurling. It's surely an excellent advertisement for the game.
And I'd say, Michael, unlikely that it's the last time we'll see Kilkenny and Tipperary facing off during this. I mean, it had everything, didn't it?
I'm sure there was the tension here. I suppose having a match in Nolan Park, the atmosphere was absolutely fantastic. Great support from Tipperary, but absolutely fantastic support from Kilkenny and a lot of neutral people here. Fantastic. Great to see a grounds full. It's like maybe years ago at a regional venue to have such a big crowd here. The championship starts now. We have a serious game in 5 weeks' time. Tipperary, I'm sure, will be around during the year, and hopefully we will be around as well.
No JJ Delaney, of course, for that. I mean, what did you make of the sending off himself and Lark Corbett?
I didn't actually see anything. I was following the ball, and somebody said there was something going on at the far end. I'm not too sure what the regulations are as to what happens in terms of the championship, whether it's a match suspension or whether it's a time suspension or what actually happens, so I don't know.
Martin, did you see it? Did you know that?
I didn't see it. There wasn't much going on up there, I think, but I'd be shocked and disappointed to see anyone getting put off, especially when it's, you know, harmless enough really. It's terrible to see a player having to leave the field of play, and unfortunately that happened, and I'd be sorry for both players. It just, you know, I don't think it should have happened, but it did. All
right, can I ask you finally, as you say yourselves, you were winning this game for Brian Cody. Will Brian be back in time for the Offaly game?
Hopefully he'll be back. He's only a few miles out the road today watching the game. We were talking to him before the match and at half time, so I'm sure it must have killed him to be at home. I'm sure he'll be back for the Offaly game. He was at a minor match here yesterday, but obviously with the crowds and that today, it would have been difficult for him to come, but he's recovering well. He's in great form, and hopefully he'll be back very soon.
All right. Well, that's so very soon.
No, we have enough of it, so he may come back.
What about those goals in the first half by Michael Fennelly?
Yeah, well, sure, Michael fancies himself for scoring goals, so we said we'd give him the opportunity, and he got 15 minutes to deliver. If not, he was heading for the stand.
Oh dear. Brendan, a terrific match, but a terrible game to lose.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a ferocious battle out there. We're just very disappointed that we came out the wrong side of it.
Those goals really hurt you.
Yeah, I suppose they got a great start. A great goal there, 2 great goals from Michael Fennelly, and I suppose they kind of had that cushion the whole way out throughout the game. We battled well, we fought hard, we got back to within 2 points and a point at one stage, but we just couldn't get over the line.
Yeah, Kilkenny then retain their National League title and do so on their own turf. Will these two counties contest more silverware again by the end of the summer? Well, that, of course, remains to be seen. Michael Dignan and Tomás McCahey here with me in studio. Michael, Tip made a fair old fist of it, but for me, it was always difficult to see Kilkenny being beaten in Nolan Park with the major trophy at stake.
Yeah, it panned out that way. There were, I think, the bookies' favourites by 2 points to win. It was even money, and I thought it was, it was right in the end. There was 3 points in it, but it was a good game. It probably, as usual, it's a league match. Still, at the end of the day, lacked a bit of championship intensity, but still a very good battle. A little bit stop-start at times. I think there was a lot of maybe softish frees at times in the game, but overall, a good game. I think Kilkenny would be delighted really to have some big guns to come back, and looking at the 15 that started today, they all played well, and with 4 more big names to come back, Henry Shefflin, TJ Reid and the lads to come back, Walter Welch and Richie Power, they're going to be formidable. But Tip will take a lot out of the league as well. Good performance, settled in under Eamon O'Shea, and the bite seems to be back in there. You see how disappointed Brendan Maher was there at the end, and I think Tip are back on track as well, so it'll be interesting for later in the year.
As for Kilkenny, I mean, for a county that is so central to the championship, Tomás, over the years they've never taken their eye off the league.
No, they haven't, Michael, and that's, people will ask what makes Kilkenny tick. I mean, they want to win every game. If it's a final, there's a trophy at stake. They want to win it. They want to give no advantage to any of the opposition. Today, I mean, they showed unbelievable aggression, unbelievable hunger to attack every ball. Tipperary, on the other hand, I mean, I'd said coming into the weekend, maybe Tip could win this one. They were gathering a nice bit of momentum. They had got 4-22, 4-19, 3-9, 3-17 in recent matches. Were going well, and then they make 5 changes to their starting 15 that played against Dublin. They're looking for a bit more creativity between players. They're looking for flexibility, right? But maybe a few things that they lacked today was the aggression and that hunger that Kilkenny had when it came down to the crunch, because there was very little in it, but they wanted every ball they fought it for.
Let's, Michael, look at aspects of this game. One thing that struck you about it was unusual, I suppose, for a hurling match, that so much of the play was kind of centred on the midfield battle. Yeah,
I think Nolan Park would be a bit smaller than Croke Park, but it was amazing. Like right from the start of the game today, the midfielders were so involved. They scored 2-13 between them. You see Lester Ryan here, who to me has probably been a big find for Kilkenny during the league. He scored 3 points today, a great score there. And Brendan Maher here. Brendan Maher's back. This is Noel McGrath here out in the wing. Noel McGrath was picked in the forwards, and Noel McGrath's a great hurler. He had a very free role under Liam Sheedy in the last management, and you saw him today drifting all over the place. Brendan Maher, 3 points in the middle of the field, and Michael Fennelly got man of the match at the end of the game. It could have been, maybe Paul Murphy. Noel McGrath, fantastic for him. But like the quality of his goals, and Martin Fogarty, I think, joking there tongue in cheek about him going off. But like, look at this for a finish. Like, if a top forward scored that, you'd be delighted with it. And it was just interesting. I think the puckouts were going a lot further today. They were going right back into the full back line, and the ball was coming back into the middle of the field. And as I say, some great hurling out around that area. And you can see the likes of Brendan Maher, Noel McGrath, their confidence seems to be back. I think last year their heads were down a bit, but Eamon O'Shea, has given them, I think, that freedom to express themselves, and some great play, and I say some great scores from the middle of the field.
Whatever tactics you might put out against Kilkenny, and whatever players you might have to stand up to them, the one thing that you will not outdo them on is work rate, and they show that again today.
Yeah, we continuously say, Michael, it's a lesson for everyone. Here's Padraig Maher. Look, I mean, the 3 guys are around him are 3 forwards. I mean, their job, realistically, when they don't have the ball, is to work as hard to get it back. And here they set up the first score for Michael Fennelly. And once he gets into that position, it's a great score. But that all started by Aidan Fogarty, Owen Larkin. Here we have Padraig Maher winning the ball, hand passes out. Colin Fennelly gets the hook in when everybody maybe would have given up the chase and it would have been a clearance down the field. Gets a short pass into Killian Buckley, and it comes across and bangs straight over the bar again. And they're basics of the game, your work rate. Here we see young Ruth, when he came on, when they were struggling a little bit, no right to actually go up in the air and win the ball like that. But that is something that they do so well. And back in defence, I thought their full back line was excellent, and this guy, Paul Murphy, was fantastic. I mean, he hasn't played a whole lot of hurling coming into the league campaign, and that's a huge, huge plus for the likes of Kilkenny. Here we didn't see a whole lot of Tommy Walsh, but when it matters most, the last couple of minutes, you're going to win ball out of the air. And they do it so well, Michael. And I mean, I think that's the hurling lesson that we all need to look at, right? It's pure work rate. The hurling will follow. And if you're not chasing down in that forward line, you don't get on that starting 15. And that's why the competition is so high there. And look at the players that were missing. The TJ Rays, the Shefflins, the Walter Walshes, you know, I mean, that's Richie Power to come back into the fray. And I mean, the progress that they've made throughout the league campaign, the Lester Ryan coming in, the appetite and the hunger and that desire is there. And everyone will see that, I suppose, come championship time as well.
JJ Delaney and Lara Corbett are doing a bit of work off the ball as well. Michael, we had that sending off at a crucial stage in the second half. What impact do you think that had on the game?
Well, I thought the game had really picked up in the few minutes before that. There was the first bit of free-flowing hurling that we'd seen. Really, that there was a bit of hitting there going on and a real bit of passion coming into it. And whatever happened, we only have the pictures here. I wasn't at the match. You can see JJ Delaney swinging a fist there, and obviously that's why he got the red card. We don't know if Lara Corbett did anything, but the referee came in. He sorted it, he went into his umpires. Now the goalkeeper there, you can see him getting involved. There's a very clear rule. He was trying to break it up, but he was also, he was a bit more aggressive than that as well at times. And third man in should be a yellow card as well. But in fairness to the referee, he went in, he consulted with his umpires. They obviously gave him very clear instructions and he sent the two lads off. So it will remain to be seen. But the likelihood is a month's suspension for both of them and back for the championship.
Yeah, so it won't have actually any major impact.
Probably not. We don't know what Lara Corbett looked to be wrestled onto the ground there. I don't know if he was involved or did anything before that, but time will tell. But it was harmless enough.
Time will tell. All right. Okay, thanks, lads. Time for a break here on League Sunday. We'll be getting the views of Tomas and Michael on this year's champion.